Hello, everyone, and welcome to this YouTube strategy Q&A. This is going to be such a fun live. This one is completely in your control, and I will be answering all things YouTube for business. So if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments down in the chat, and I am going to get to them. So I do have some pre-submitted questions. So while you are submitting your question in the chat, I'm going to be reading them off and answering them. But if you don't have a question, definitely let me know where you are viewing this from and what you do. Like, let us know all the things inside the chat. Okay. I'm so excited to get started. This is going to be so fun. I could talk about YouTube strategy all day long. So like opening up the floor to any kind of questions is like just really like making me so excited. Okay. So let's go ahead and get this ball rolling, honey. Ask your questions in the chat. Also, if there are some new people here, I am going to be doing a giveaway for a free YouTube audit or 50% off the first month of the Low Lift Club. Yeah, let me know which one you would want me to give away in the chat, and we'll figure out which one that would be at the end of this live. Now you have to stay till the end, so in order to claim it. All right, so let's go ahead and get into these questions. I'm just so excited. Hello. Hi, Naomi. Oh my gosh. Hello, everyone. Okay, anyway, let me go to this first one. This first question was asked in my story. Okay, so the first question that I have is, how long or short should I keep my videos as I start out? Now, this is a really easy question for me to answer, but it is a popular one that I get whenever people are starting out, and I stand by saying that the video should be as long as it needs to be, right? You can make it 3 minutes, you can make it 5 minutes, it can be 10 minutes, right? But the thing is that I realize is when we have a length in mind, it ends up really like taking us out as business owners, right? So this is specifically for business owners. Okay. So if you're wanting to use YouTube as part of your marketing strategy, it does not matter how long the video like is. What you need to be thinking about is if the content is answering the question that they were searching for, right? Are they searching for that? And is it giving them enough information in order for them to feel compelled to take that next step, which is to get onto your email list, grab that freebie, right? Book that call, right? So that's going to be what you're going to want to focus on, okay? So, oh yes, these questions are coming in, honey. Okay, great. So that is my answer for that first one. Okay. So the next one that I have here is the best way to convert your IG following to your YouTube, even if the YouTube page is in its infancy stage. So this is actually going to be such a, okay. So I have so many thoughts. So there are some like traditional ways where you're like post a teaser of your YouTube videos and you get people to come over to your channel. Like, I think the best thing is repetition, right? So as you are starting this YouTube channel, you need to talk about it. So I want you to think about this YouTube channel as an offer, right? So if you have a really big following, or most of your following is from your community-based platforms, we need to let your audience know like where they can go deeper with you, like this type of value that they can get. And so I almost want you to think about your YouTube channel as your next offer, right? So how can you integrate promoting your YouTube channel and the content on it as part of like your content calendar. Okay, so that's one thing, right? Talking about your channel as if it is, as if someone is going to click it to buy something, right? Because honestly, that's really what happens here with YouTube, right? But you're just kind of doing an extra step because you have a built-in audience inside of Instagram. Okay, now the next thing. Hello, Nadia. Nadia actually had a YouTube audit by me. So if y'all are looking for either an audit or 50% off of the first month of the Low Lift Club, let me know in the chat, honey. Okay. So then on top of that, right? So if we're thinking about that, and there's so many ways to repurpose that kind of content too, right? So make these teasers. How can you create these carousel posts that could tie into content that you have up on your YouTube channel, right? That just kind of gets people thinking, knowing that they can like binge content elsewhere. Okay. Now, the most effective way that I think is we should all use is treating every YouTube video like it's a mini launch. So when you're getting ready to publish your YouTube video, you want to get as many views on it in the first 24 hours. And so each YouTube video should be like, you should be calling everyone to go and watch that video, right? So that's one way to get people over there, because typically what happens is if you have a built-in audience, you're going to have people who already know, like, and trust you. They just didn't know that you had a YouTube channel. And so once you get them over there the first time, they're going to go ahead and like subscribe to the channel, or now they are aware that you drop videos every other Monday or whatever that may be. Now, another way to do this is by going live, right? One of the biggest things, I make a post on my threads, on my Instagram account, and my email list. And as you see right here, I think there's like 14 people up on this live right now, right? So that's how you can use your built-in audience to get people over up on YouTube, right? Because if you haven't been doing this, you're going to find an increase of people from your built-in audience just subscribing because they like you and they already know the value that you provide, right? So that's one way to get people over to your YouTube channel. I kind of am beating a dead horse with this, I feel, but I'm going to go ahead and move on. But that's what I would do, honestly, is just treat every YouTube video like it's a mini launch. Go ahead and continue to also treat your YouTube channel as its own offer, right? That way you'll keep the same energy going. Okay. All right. And so let's actually look at the chat, because the chat is kind of popping off. So I'm like, I don't want to ignore y'all. Let's see. Prosperia Wellbeing says, are there any ways to make shorts useful for building a brand and business, or everything needs to be full length? Okay. So y'all know how I feel about shorts. But if you feel so compelled to use shorts in your strategy, right, you kind of just see it as like it's just like you want to post it up on your YouTube channel. I would say I would recommend the educational ones, or ones that where you have like this kind of education, thought leadership type of short form videos would be fine, especially since YouTube has released that starting October 15th, they are going to now have shorts be, I think it was 3 minutes long. So I don't have an answer on what the strategy should be for that yet. It hasn't even happened yet. We could just speculate and give like hypothesis of what you could do. But what I want to call your attention to is looking over in your analytics and in the reach, looking over in your YouTube studio and going into, I believe it's on the engagement tab. And so if you're using shorts and long form, I want you to keep a really close eye on the percentage of people who are watching both of the content, right? So what I would recommend is making sure that people are watching both shorts and long form. Like, I personally do not want someone's channel to just be full of shorts and then now they just have a shorts audience, because honestly, that may as well be an Instagram account. Right? Your YouTube channel is there for people to go deep with you, for them to really binge your YouTube videos. Every video should be a powerful marketing asset, and sometimes that cannot happen in just 60 seconds, right? Can it happen in 3 minutes? Maybe. Maybe, possibly. I think it's probably possible. So maybe my idea of shorts will change as we look and see how this 3-minute shorts length thing goes. But that's my opinion on making it work, right? So just if you do end up doing shorts, make them like very much so like educational, shifting perspectives, thought leadership type of videos, and make them also search friendly. So make sure that you're optimizing them just as if they were a long form video. All right. What's the one highest impact thing you would tell people to do to improve their business YouTube channel? This one comes from Sarah Moon. The one thing I really want to say, let's not complicate it and get your ego out of here. And to me, I think that's the highest impact thing, because one, it will free you to start considering your customer, your ideal client. Okay, that's what this YouTube channel is for. It's not to stroke your ego. It's not to make you feel good, right? It's not to show you, like, I mean, I know the girls want to vlog, you know what I'm saying? And that's great. But the purpose of using this YouTube channel as your marketing strategy is for it to be customer centric, for you to give your ideal customers what they need in order to make educated buying decisions to work with you. Okay, so the highest impact thing is, like, stop overthinking it. You know your ideal clients, right? And stop trying to make it about you. It's not about you. It's about how you help people. And if you just keep that at the forefront and you start getting more strategic around the type of videos that you make, oh my gosh, you're going to see so much of a difference in YouTube traffic, your YouTube videos, how people find you on YouTube, how many people come inside of your ecosystem from YouTube, because you're completely focused on the customer, on the ideal customer. Okay. Such a great question, Sarah. Thank you. Sarah says, that's exactly what I tell people thinking about blogging for their business. No one cares about your behind the scenes posts. They want their problems solved. So true. Okay, next question. P Vega, is it Petra? What's one thing business owners are focusing too much attention on when it comes to growing their YouTube? That really isn't helping their business. Oh, okay. One thing I would say it is. I honestly want to say that it is equipment, but it's like equipment and skill. I think that they see some type of blueprint from influencers and content creators, and they start thinking that they don't have the resources to pull it off. But one thing that we're doing inside of the Low Lift Club is we're doing a whole live challenge, right? And so we're doing live video to alleviate that that challenge or that block that some business owners have around editing, having the right equipment, right? Because at the end of the day, you don't really need that to be successful up on YouTube. we're going live right now using your live, like using your webcam, your mic, go live. And the low lift video system that I teach inside of the Low Lift Club still works the same, right? And so I think it's really dropping the focus on, I don't know how to edit, or I don't have the right camera. What kind of camera do you use? What kind of mic do you use? Like that, those type of stuff. I think that's just it just really holds you up for making progress. What kind of aesthetic in the background should I have? Those things. It does not matter as much. So I just want you to know that. Good question. Yes, okay, that was Petra. Okay, let's see who's next here. Well, so Prati says, hello, LB. Okay, Prati says, what do you consider must-haves when you edit your videos? So whenever it's very, very basic, I feel. So whenever I'm thinking of a video edit, I basically want to just make sure that there are enough visuals or pattern interrupts throughout the video, but I do not do the whole, like, something has to happen every 3 to 5 seconds in order to keep someone's attention. It really is just like, is it possible to add B-roll? Is it possible to add a little bit extra visuals, like text on screen, to help give context to something that you say, right? Because when you think about, I like to think about YouTube as a learning platform, right? People, there are auditory and there are visual people. And so sometimes it's so much helpful to see something on screen for it to be retained versus just it just being spoken. And so I like to just have things up there like that. Yeah, it's really just like adding some B-roll, adding a few text on screens, maybe some other jump cuts that kind of make it so that something is happening every now and again. Nothing too crazy. Like my editor will do some slight zoom ins or some slight zoom outs. We'll cut into a like lower third text on screen, or text will pop up here or there. We'll even do like a whole overlay for like a title graphic of some sort. So yeah, it's just like, you know, that's just kind of what I consider like the basic type of video, right? We don't got to go off and make crazy motion graphics, but yeah, man, that's basically it when it comes to editing a video. If you need to edit it, just a few cuts and you'll be fine. Okay. When people ask questions, Architect asked this question. So when people ask questions in the comments, is there a best practice way to respond to lead them into working with you? What do you mean? When people ask questions in the comments, is there a best practice to respond to lead them to working with you? Well, I think there's nothing wrong with an invitation, like if it makes sense, you know. If they asked a question that is specifically tied to something that you do, you can say, you can answer their question and say, we actually work more. I actually work with my clients with this in more detail in whatever. If you want to learn more about that, here's the link, right? That's the one way that you could do it too. I think that's for like a direct kind of interaction. But I'm a really big fan of giving them a lead magnet, giving them to your lead magnet, get their email, basically. So anything that I do, if it's a comment, I lead them to like my lead magnet, if it makes sense, you know. But other than that, there's nothing wrong with the invitation. Yeah, I mean, I think that's fine. I think the thing is that we don't we have to understand that not everyone is going to work with us, but there's nothing wrong with having call to actions everywhere. You know what I'm saying? If someone asks a question and it's directly tied to the work that you do, mention the work that you do. Right? There's nothing wrong with that at all. Okay, let's see. Okay. Looks like people are really liking the idea of the audit. Love that. Okay, cool. All right. Leaving well, Naomi. Their question is, if I have an audio only podcast but record with videos on, is there a negative to just uploading straight and dirty the video file, or do I need to really edit and add graphics, etc.? This could be I'm going to speak from like obviously just like the video perspective of like the YouTube video. You may want to, I mean, there may be things that you want to clip just for it to make sense, possibly. But yeah, no, I don't think I don't think you necessarily have to edit the video unless it's like a very clear, yeah, unless there's like a very like clear clear reason, like like you messed up in the audio, so you have to make it, you got to fix it in the video too. I don't think you necessarily have to, but I think you probably, if I would test that out, right? I would kind of see, I would see what's happening with the video. So maybe you post a few that are just raw and dirty, straight and dirty, and then look at your analytics and see if even with you optimizing it and doing all of the other stuff that you could possibly do on the outside of the video, if the engagement, like if the retention rate is good, you know, if the retention rate is good, if people are falling off, collect that data, see what's going on, and then also try one that is edited, right? And then see what happens. But there's so many podcasts that are just people sitting down talking, and because they are engaging enough, then it's good, right? There's like a difference between like a video podcast versus like a YouTube video, specifically of like how what I teach. And so the type of person that may be watching may be different. Okay. Let's see. Hi Raven. Okay, let's see. Ravens asks, what's the best way to repurpose video content from social to YouTube, or is the value in creating new content? Repurposing video content from social to YouTube. I prefer video content to come from YouTube and then repurposed out. I feel like that's a lot easier. But if you already have video content and you want to repurpose it to YouTube, I would probably, you could, yeah, you could make it a short if you want, and see what happens. But just see what happens. Another thing that I would do, and actually, there's some talk from other repurposer experts out there that repurposing and distribution is two different things, right? So if we just take a reel from Instagram or TikTok from TikTok and we make it a short, we just distributed that to YouTube. We didn't repurpose it. If you wanted to really repurpose it from YouTube for YouTube, then you probably would film it or refilm it in a way that makes it more appropriate for a long form YouTube video. right? The same way that you would probably repurpose that video into a blog post, right? And then from that long form blog post, maybe you end up making that into a YouTube video, whatever makes the most sense for you for your workflow. So yeah, I would rather you repurpose it into like a regular YouTube video versus it being like a short of some kind. That's my thought about it right now. That may change with this whole 3-minute thing, but we'll see. Maybe I'll do a live with it with my thoughts after it has gone on for a while. Let's see. Are there any other questions? Y'all come on and drop them down in the chat. Naomi says, I just get caught up in seeing everyone else's beautifully produced YouTube videos. That will do it to you. That will totally do it for you. Just put your blinders on and do you. I think that's like the best type of way to go right now, because there's just so much content out there. How many videos do you suggest be in a series? Who asked this question? Jackie? It don't matter. It don't matter. What if I told you 8 videos needed to be in a series? Would you make 8 videos? I think a series can be totally ongoing. I think a series can be 2 videos, a part 1 and part 2. That's a series. Right? I think it can be as long as what it really needs to be, and for it to make sense, right? And also keep in mind with YouTube, you can always add on to your series. And so one thing that I like to do is make playlists. So make a bunch of playlists around different topics, around different perspectives that your videos can be a part of. And so even if it's not a typical series of what you would say, like this is part 1 of the how to grow on YouTube series, right? But you're probably made videos about how to grow on YouTube, right? And so I just put them all in a playlist, and that get people to binge as well. And also playlists can also be found in Google search and YouTube search as well. And so I totally would recommend you doing that. But a series can be as many videos as what you need, whatever makes the most sense for people to get quick wins inside of each video would be good, right? So if you are thinking, so if you think like, okay, I should probably like this video feels like it would be about like 30 minutes long, right? Maybe that's an indicator that that video will probably be better split up into what you would call like a series of some sort. But you don't even have to call it a series. You can just just make the videos or whatever. But it could be cool as a series, and you kind of just tell people that this is part 1 of the series. When you get to part 2, you'll say like, if you haven't watched part 1, watch that first, and then come back to this video. You know how you can get people to binge that way. So that's my advice for that. It's very like kind of like whatever you want it to be. Hopefully that makes sense, Jackie. iArchitect asks, which are the most important metrics to take note of when you're just starting to look at them? I find the analytics so confusing and overwhelming. So I have a YouTube video all about YouTube analytics. I may, if I remember, I may put it in the video description later on after the replay. But the main ones that I recommend looking at would be your impressions click-through rate. And that is basically it's the percent of people clicking through to your video who have decided to watch your video out of the times that it has been served to people like on their homepage or whatever. Like, so it's like out of like the impressions that the video has gotten, how many people have clicked into it, that's your click-through rate. And so I would say a baseline to that is about 4 to 5%. Anything higher is perfect, right? Another metric that I like to look at is the retention rate. I'm sorry, average viewer duration. So how much of the video are people watching on average? You'll probably typically find some of these educational videos or videos from business owners to be between 30 to 40% average viewer duration, which is also why I recommend having your call to action near the first half of the video and the last half of the video. And then I also like to look at the traffic sources. So where are the views coming from? So are they coming from channel pages? Are they coming from YouTube search? Are they coming from playlists, right? So just having an idea of that. So those are kind of like the top 3 ones that I will look at. Oh, and then also the retention graph. So where are people dropping off at? Where are they peaking, right? So and that will help you adjust for future videos to help keep people's engagement or keep people watching your videos longer. So those are the 4 metrics that I would recommend you starting out looking at. I know the YouTube Studio analytics can be so overwhelming, but starting out with those 4 would be really good, and you'll just see that by video. Mhm. These are some great questions, y'all. So Carrie's in the house. Okay, so when I do a live, should I upload a clean version of the live app? Oh, I meant to answer this because you submitted this in your month 3 form, and I meant to submit this. I meant to message you this. So Carrie, you specifically, I would say to keep doing what you're doing, just because of I hope you don't mind me saying this, because I know that I would say for you, I would say yes, that is going to be the best bet for you. I'm going to message you inside a circle because I don't want to be telling your business on the thing. But I would say for you, yes, I would do that, do the cleaned up version because you have a local recording of it with your Riverside. And I would do that. Yes. He said, I mean, I'm an open book. Okay. Okay, fine, Carrie. So what I think, so when you go live, uh, when you go live, sometimes your live stream connection is a little bit blurry, and I think that could probably and it may be because of like the placement of your office. And so what I think I really like the idea of you doing the edited version because the video is more clear. It's more clear and you have all your things like done there. If you ended up going live and maybe had like a Ethernet cord connected to your router, right? I believe that may make the bandwidth a little bit better. Um, and the video stream clearer, then you wouldn't really need to like edit the whole video. You could just edit sections of the video to make separate videos on it, right? So for example, I did a live around like the 6 ways to get more views on YouTube. And I would keep that live like that, but I think I talked about like playlists a lot in that one. So I will probably do another video. I will probably cut out of that live stream and make a different video and title it "How to Get More Views on Your Videos Using Playlists." Something like that, right? And so that's me repurposing the live stream for different YouTube videos. So that's what I would do. So yeah, I would recommend the Ethernet core. Thank you so much for letting me share that, Carrie. I just don't want to be, because I love your lives. And so I didn't want that to discourage you, because I really still watch every single live that you put on. Yeah. Okay, let's see. See another question we have here. These are some great questions, y'all. Jackie says, how often do you go live so I can add you to my calendar to catch you? Oh, so great. So I'm in a live stream challenge that we're doing collectively in the Low Lift Club, which is my YouTube membership. And the goal is to go live every week for the next 8 weeks. So I am almost through my challenge. I am almost through my challenge, but I do have a few more weeks ahead. And then after that, I will be transitioning from to about 2 lives a week, like 1 or 2 lives a month, right? So I may go live to be my 2 videos a month, or I may supplement my live stream with my other 2 YouTube videos that I plan posting each month. All right. Raven says, good point. I could cut long form into smaller pieces for other platforms. Yes, you can, honey. And Raven, I already told you what to do. So happy that you're here, sis. So Jackie also asked, can you or should you take your YouTube short as inspiration and create a long form video? I love that idea. Yes, you should do that. That sounds awesome. Please do that. Petra says, wow, 5% click-through rate seems so doable. Yes, I love that. Let's see. Okay, Carrie says, yes, I've noticed this. The connection is bad and the preview is not great, but Riverside has local recording. Yep. That's one of the best ways that I recommend. Naomi says, can anything that Jamar delivers be discouraging though? It's always given with such love and delight. Oh, thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Okay, I have a few more questions that I need to answer here too. But if you have any more in the chat, go ahead and ask them. I do not mind. We have at least a few more minutes. And then I'll start doing the drawing, honey. So make sure that you are commenting so that I can pick someone from the chat for, it sounds like the audit is what the girls are wanting. So we're going to do the audit. Okay. So let me see if I answered those questions. Jackie asks, do you do audits? So I do not publicly do audits. My members in the Low Lift Club get audits every month for their channel. And that's where I do them. There is, however, a Tripwire offer that has an audit available in there for purchase. It's in one of my lead magnets. So that's the only way that's the only place that you could possibly get an audit from me from me. But it's either that or coming inside the club. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I have what types of videos tend to perform best for attracting potential clients or customers? So I have a whole YouTube framework around this that I can totally share with you, because the types of videos that perform best are the videos that are in my 4-part system. And so the first type of video is what I call an anchor video. It's a video that is answering questions. It's a how-to type of video sometimes, or you're just or answering a frequently asked question. It's one of those things that people are always asking you, and you feel like you just need to put something out so that you can always just send them a link. Right, that's kind of how I would say it would be an anchor video, right? It's also something, if we were to talk about like YouTube search, it would be something that has a high search volume with a low competition. And that's going to be the first one, right? So that's typically like the foundation of your channel, right? It's the anchor of the channel, because it's going to be the thing that could potentially give you like the most views, the most type of traffic to your channel. And then moving people down that funnel, it's going to be content that is shifting perspective. So you think about content that is like a Mythbusters, or like telling people about like the mistakes that they make, or like things that could possibly be outdated, right? That really allows you to really show your thought leadership a little bit, right? Because you're kind of making them think a little bit more differently about their problem. And then we are and then we are combating objections. And this is not like sales objections, but it's more so what is the thing that people think about doing instead of hiring you? That's the objection. And so then I like this to be something like a this versus that, or it could be just some kind of way that you are shifting their perspectives of seeing that that other option as a valid option, because it really is just a band-aid, and we want to create content that really just shows how much of just a band-aid that other option is, and why what you do is the option to go with. And then finally, we have the personal or client story, which is just like either you giving a story where people can like learn from you, like a story time type of video, or a client testimonial case study type of video. You just really want a way that people can see themselves in the challenge, and can envision themselves in the transformation. And so really finding a way to tell that story really well is going to really help you. So those are the 4 types of videos that are going to help you attract potential clients or customers, and actually get them to convert into buying customers that are that feel like they have made empowered buying decision. Okay. Oh wait, let's see. Oh, I know that farm is getting Carrie, honey. Okay. I think Tiffany, thank you. If you have not had Jamar audit your channel, I highly recommend it. Thank you, Tiffany. Tiffany also had an audit from me. Tiffany says, to piggyback off of iArchitect's question, what's a good price point for a low cost offer? Wait, what did iArchitect ask? Oh, would you recommend a low cost offer as an entry point instead of a freebie? I totally missed that question. I'm sorry, iArchitect. So I recommend a freebie all the time. I gotta find where I talk about this this on my channel, but these people don't know you. They do not know you. You are still trying to build that trust with them. Okay. And keep in mind that how people find you is different than how, if you have like this kind of paid low ticket thing on Instagram or TikTok or Threads, like they've probably seen you a few times. They kind of know you a little bit more. So you could probably do like a low ticket thing over there. But for YouTube, you have a lot of people that are searching for things that are discovering you for the first time, and they're trying to see if you are the person to help them, to see if you get their unique situations, if you are the person that can help them solve the problem that they have. And the first thing, the first touch point, I recommend it being a freebie, because you're getting people at all stages of their journey when you're using YouTube for the most part, right? And well, really, actually, let me say this. You're getting people who are problem aware. So they may not be quite aware of buying from you yet. And so I recommend your freebie being that next no-brainer next step that is going to get them into your ecosystem so that you can start building that rapport with them and start start pushing them through that customer buying journey of getting them to be more product aware or solution aware. So yeah, I would recommend the freebie. I can tell you a quick story about I had a YouTube management client and she was very, very adamant about getting people to purchase her like $9 or $12, or maybe it was like $27 training on like Facebook ads, I think. And I was with her for like 6 months to a year, I want to say. And we got the lowest amount of opt-ins because of this paid lead magnet. Like I was like, damn, girl. But like she was just very adamant on it. And so it just and then plus she went on maternity leave. So we couldn't even work together on what could be the lead magnet because she was out of commission, honey. You know what I'm saying? And so you're missing out on so many people when you are not using like a freebie of some sort, because like you can't control when someone's ready to give you money. Right. And so if you're putting in this effort into this searchable platform, we really need to understand that and get people into the first step of your ecosystem. So just imagine all of the people that you are turning away because they're not ready to become a current client or customer. Right? The point of YouTube is to attract people to you who can enter in your marketing ecosystem, and you're stopping that from happening because you want them to pay $27, right? And it's going to really it's really going to give you a small amount of people, and it may even stop your momentum because you feel like something's not working. So that's my experience with the whole paid or low cost freebie. Now, what I do recommend is having a tripwire. So you put them into the freebie, and then and then like after they opt into the freebie, after they opt into the freebie, they're redirected to a landing page, which is like their thank you page, and it has some type of low cost offer there where they only have like one time, they only have like one chance to get it. Otherwise, it goes away. Something like that would be really good. So I would recommend putting your low cost offer there, but having the freebie as the main thing. All right. This was good. I think this was all of the questions that I have live. And I think all of the ones that were pre-submitted, I kind of already answered through y'all asking them live. So, okay. If you're here right now, let's go ahead and do this this YouTube audit drawing, honey. So if you're here now, make sure that you have commented or comment that you're here. You know, this was really fun. I actually want to do another Q&A. I'm not going to lie to you. This was pretty lit. Okay. If you're here, do a little comment, you know, I don't know, put a one in the chat, just so that I know that you're here. But I'm going to start picking. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to close my eyes, and then I'm going to choose someone for the audit. Okay, here we go. Let me see where my mouse goes. Oh, Jackie. Jackie, it's you. Guess what? You don't have to pay for an audit if you don't want to. You could just get it for free. Okay, Jackie. If you I see that you're here. Okay, so what you're going to do is go to Instagram. My Instagram is at Jamara Diggs. Send in and like just message me there, and then I'll send you the next steps. Or you can email me at support@jdigsmedia.com. I'll put it in the chat. Okay. So either message me up on Instagram or send me an email at this email address, and I'll get you to the next steps to get your audit done. Okay, y'all. This was so fun. There's links in my video description for all kinds of resources to help you either start or revive your YouTube channel. I'll see you next week at next week's live. And yeah, this was so fun. I don't want to leave, but I have to leave. Okay. Bye, y'all. Goodbye.